the GOAT conversation that we be having on here, man. The GOAT conversation about, everybody, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. My question to y'all, and I'm gonna answer it first. And you go by. That was my fault. I got on the solo layer. That wasn't on Dante. That was me. I think that Mahomes is who we think LeBron is. And let me be very clear. I'm not trying to get my usual LeBron James slander bag here. I'm just saying when it comes to the winning aspect, we know like LeBron James is a great player, in my opinion, second best player of all time. But when you see where a guy like Patrick Mahomes, the way he has started this year, not just his career, 7 years playing the game, 6 as a starter, and he hasn't been to anything less than a AFC championship game. And he went out there, he's 3-1 in the finals right now in the Super Bowl, and has actually done the things that a lot of people thought that earlier career LeBron James would have done. So I think as far as the GOAT debates, which I kind of hate having, but we have a show to do. I think he's definitely more closer to Tom Brady than I would say a LeBron James is to a Michael Jordan. And that's because of just the winning aspect. And a lot of people talk about, LeBron went to the finals 10 years wrong. And all that's fine. I'm honestly not trying to downplay what he did. But at the end of the day, you have to win the actual fucking thing, in my opinion, for it to matter, especially when you're going up against a guy. Now, these are ghost conversations that he went 6-6 in the finals. You got a guy like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's lost. Tom Brady's lost 3 Super Bowls, but he's also been 7-3 and has beaten Mahomes in the head-to-head matchup here. So I think when it comes to these conversations, that if we're looking at the trajectory that Patrick Mahomes is on, now he still has to do a lot more. He's got to stay healthy, which I think is the number one key. You got to see how much longer Andy Reid is going to be coaching, because that's just as much of a factor as how great he is. He is legitimately on his ass as far as trying to take that GOAT title from him. I never thought there was ever really a period in time where I felt that Michael was in trouble just because of the prior losses. And yeah, it's a different thing with LeBron. If you want to be 100% honest about it, only one of the losses is actually on LeBron. You can blame other situations for that. But just the way he went out in 2011 is why I can't ever put him in that conversation. I'm going to go to Dante first, because I feel like we've argued this many, many times. What do you think, and compared to like the LeBron Michael Jordan thing, you would put Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and not just from the talent aspect. I do think that Pat is more talented than Tom Brady, and I think that LeBron is more talented than Michael Jordan. Just from that kind of standing, how do you look at it?
I just want to say that, we haven't done Ball Online in a very long time. So I knew you were going to find a way to slide some LeBron hate in there.
It's not hate. It's
no, this is some hating ass shit. It's a question. It's a question because, we asked it. But no, I hear what you're saying, and I did bring this up. But in my opinion, in a lot of ways, I think Pat is going to end up as the LeBron of the NFL, because he is always going to be battling those ghosts. And you're going to have a lot of people who, no matter what, they're going to say he lost to Tom Brady. So I think the GOAT conversation as a whole, especially as we get older, you get more people in the league, you get more great players added and more nuance to the conversation. It's just going to come down to who you like more, bro. It's really a preference thing. Like, there have people who have like undisputed resumes where you'll have a handful of guys, but in terms of the GOAT, just the GOAT conversation, period, it's always going to be people who have their biases. It's never going to be a one true GOAT. Even though, like, now, obviously, I think Mike is the GOAT. But, that conversation is going to continue to grow. And if LeBron, stretches his resume longer, wins some more, you're going to have people say some other things. So it's an interesting conversation. But I see what you were trying to get at, though.
I'm honestly, if I was going to slander LeBron, I would just come out and slander LeBron. And then I can easily do that. I just think when it comes down, when we look at it, people, I think in a lot of these conversations is we ignore the fact that it's about the wins and losses when you're comparing the GOAT players. That's why I think I can see a world where Patrick Mahomes is considered the greatest player of all time. I haven't and never will see a world where LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Before I get to Bang, Courtney, do you have an opinion on this or not?
I have thoughts. I think I have thoughts primarily that we have conversations about who are we including in this discussion when we're talking about the GOAT, and like, why are we excluding certain athletes from this conversation as well? Like, it's always, it's got to be LeBron or MJ, as if like Serena Williams didn't win every freaking major tournament, you know, and there's like Michael Phelps. I'm just saying, I know it's swimming and I'm going to be that fucking annoying person, but like, honestly, these conversations are kind of moot until you win on a grand scale. And yeah, he's won 3 in 5 years. That's fantastic. I need more. He's still young. I need more.
Well, on the Serena and Michael Phelps thing, I was looking at it from like the basketball perspective. Like, I can't do like an overall sports GOAT. I think way too much.
Who is your overall sports GOAT?
Michael Jordan. I'm from Chicago. Like, let's be very clear.
Dante, who's your overall?
The Michael Jordan of what? Anything. There's always the name that you go with.
No, it's not. It's not Mike. The overall sports GOAT is Wayne Gretzky, without a doubt. Like, if you want to take it there, it's Wayne Gretzky broke the scoring record while he was still playing and pushed that shit forward. Like, Wayne Gretzky's numbers are ridiculous. So if you want to go overall sports GOAT, it'll probably be Wayne Gretzky.
Thanks.
I hear you.
Go ahead, have man. One. I've exited the chat because of what you had said earlier. Like, you know, everybody's gonna have their own favorites. Look, Paul George entered the GOAT chat. There's basketball players that are playing right now that see Paul George as more of a GOAT than anybody else. Hell, if you even look at a lot of these players right now, you know, they were making players the size of Paul George in 2K. And those 2K kids are now in college or in the pros. So hearing people say Paul George is a GOAT player is weird for me to hear. And I think at that point is why I was like, you know what? Whoever you want to be the GOAT, that's the GOAT for you, fam. Because at this point, we're just naming random ass players as GOATs.
So I heard that. Who was it? It was Brandon Miller who said that.
I think it was Brandon Miller. Yeah,
Brandon Miller. I think we should move it to who's your favorite player instead of GOAT.
Exactly.
Like Kobe Bryant is one. It's like it's Mike and Kobe. Like Mike is my 1A, Kobe is my 1B. As far as my favorite players, Vince Carter is one of my top 5 favorite players. I know he's nowhere near a GOAT conversation. So I feel like there needs to be a distinction between those two. I love Kobe. Kobe is not even better than LeBron. Like if it comes to like who's the better player, and I love Kobe way more than I love LeBron James. I feel like that has to be, separated there too. But Bang, what do you feel about the Patrick Mahomes and Brady with the LeBron and Jordan thing? Do you think that that's more of a reasonable debate than a LeBron Jordan?
No, because they played each other.
Okay.
And that's why that is not the case for me. I think it's more, I think Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes for my generation is more like Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, where they played in a finals and Mike beat Magic in this case. Whereas in Patrick Mahomes and from like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady's case, Tom Brady beat him. So this would be like if Magic beat Mike, but Mike still went on to win some rings. That's how I would look at this one.
That paper on this player haters old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna